The December bullet journal has finally landed. I went with a Christmas light theme. I'm super excited about this theme and pretty happy with the way it turned out. It was a nice, calming, peaceful, easy to execute meditative theme overall. I drew some inspiration mostly from one of two places. One was from Pinterest. There's an Instagram account that I'm not sure exists anymore called Like a Bullet. And then also where I live, the public transport buses, they paint different themes, and they did a light theme with this beautiful font that said Let It Snow on it. You'll see how I incorporated that later on. But yeah, coming off of just a busy fall between weddings, TwitchCon, getting a new job, getting pretty sick for a while, I was really looking for like a meditative, simple theme to enjoy. And the Christmas light theme struck me as the best option, and it was what a couple chatters and members of my Discord were excited about, so it's what I decided to go with. Personally, the landing page is always the one I'm the most nervous about starting, and for that reason, it's the one that I will draft out the most. It's that you need to get your first 2 feet on the ground and get them rolling, and then you'll get much more comfortable, but that's just my personal strategy. So to start, I kind of shaped where I wanted generally the lines of strings to go. I wanted a couple to cross over, and then I drafted out the shapes as well. I went with one of 2 different shapes. I did a circle shape and then kind of a pointed oval shape, a more like traditional Christmas light shape. I filled in the colors first using 4 different crayola super tip colors. I did the primary colors in green, and I tried to pick the most neutral options of that bunch. Then I went in and traced the outline with a micron pen. I mostly used 0.2, I believe. You don't want the thinnest, you don't want super thick, kind of that happy medium space. And then I went back, drew in the string lights themselves, and then connected the shapes of the lights to the strings. I think this theme could also be easily adopted to be an ornament type theme. If you wanted it to be, it'd be a super easy transition. December of 2023 is a really hard monthly spread to make. For the way that I split up my weeks, it is a 6-week spread. Personally, I enjoy having a larger daily square so that I can fit more than one appointment for that day on there for me to visualize. So on camera, the colors and the numbers of the days don't pop up that well. It's definitely easier to see in person, but if you're looking for even lighter colors, I would recommend to stray away from Crayola Super Tips. I already kind of selected through a color test page the lightest, most neutral primaries I could find for the lights. For the font on the landing page, I didn't super love the way it turned out. It was more of like a freehand calligraphy, and mine just isn't as neat as some other people's are, but I think it did end up fitting the overall theme. The bottom right, the Let It Snow, I think is my favorite font that I incorporated in this month's spread, and it was definitely heavily inspired by that painted bust that I have in my life, in my everyday life. So for the 3rd page landing, this is where most people would do mood trackers, habit trackers, and I think this theme is super easy to adopt into those kinds of trackers. You can assign like one of each color to a certain mood, use different lights as the habit trackers themselves, but I just don't track my habits in this bullet journal. I use that more in my work planner. So I opted to use this 3rd page usually more as a brain dump page, a place to plan my stream ideas on Twitch and like just jot down ideas for short-term, long-term content creation. If you have a hard time making organic lines, a good tip for you is you can take a bottle cap or one of those marbles that has a flat edge and take your pencil and kind of trace it around the page. This will help tap out your brain and not think so much about drawing a organic, natural looking line. And if you kind of just follow that around the page, it'll help you make a draft of an easy line. I think adding some loop-de-loos here and there is a fun way just to add a little extra detail, a little more fun. And yeah, this was a great like meditative, space out, easy to execute theme. In the future, I'm gonna hope to stream and have the VOD edits up earlier. I'll be streaming my themes on the third Saturday of every month, which means on December 16th of this month, I will be doing my Art Deco January 2024 stream and spread planning. We'll also incorporate some content creation goals in that as well. So I hope to see you over on my Twitch channel for that. And happy planning!